Now, I don't personally think that, but I have some ideas of what could have corrected its course. Things like gravitational forces from nearby planets, moons, or other asteroids, etc. could cause a change in course. A collision with another object, this really cool thing called the Yarkovsky effect, which is a subtle force caused by the way an asteroid absorbs sunlight and then re-emits it as heat, and a good few other things that could cause this. Now, that being said, there has been a lot of space news recently, right? Even in this video, we have seen things that could potentially connect to a greater agenda. I am skeptical about all of this happening and think it is painting a pretty interesting picture about events to come. Let me know your thoughts though about that in the comments below. Okay, that just about does it for today's video. I hope that you have enjoyed the clips. If you did, don't forget to like and subscribe. But for now, stay well, stay safe, and stay curious. Until next time.